What is going on, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good evening. I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I hope you stay cool today because it was hot outside today. So, getting right into it. Today's show. This is not. This is just one of the things I saw. I'm gonna react to, more like a reaction. How could 500 students get disenrolled? I know it was a big thing. Howard University, they said 500 students got disenrolled. I got the video here. I seen some of it. We're going to kind of watch through some of it and kind of listen to Roland Martin, talk to him about that. And just kind of, you know, the front end and the back end of going to school, the understanding the process and things you have to do as a student and a person that is about to finish college. I didn't go when I was younger. I went when I was older. And I could, when I started going when I was older, I could understand when you're younger how things could get crossed up. We're going to talk about some of those things, how you really got to be on your P's and Q's. And at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to you to make sure that you have everything covered, that you have everything that you need and registered and ready to go when school start, even when you finish. So let's watch the video. Let's see what Roland asked the president of Howard. Let's check that out real quick. I just want to.
Um, Reports said that some 502 students were impacted by the decision to unenroll them. Is that the total number of students that were impacted?
That's the total number that we sent the enrollment message to, that they had not met the criteria on the checklist in terms of doing all the things that we expected them to do so that we could be prepared to receive them in the fall. That's correct.
So he's saying in so many ways they have an automated system, which most colleges do, and they have a checklist. Let's say if it's a 10 checklist. If you don't have all those boxes checked, chances are you're probably not going to be admitted or registered. It's your responsibility to make sure that you check all those boxes. And he's pretty much saying that. So let's keep listening, see what he say.
Of that 502, how many have y'all worked with to get their finances straight, and how many have been enrolled?
We've worked with all 502. It's not only about finances, but primarily about finances. And over 200 have been enrolled. We're closing off the process, and so we'll have a final number soon. But approximately over 200 have been.
So before he get into the people that they kind of help out of the 500, he said it's not primarily finances, but it's mostly finances. That's pretty much saying they have a new rules now. You used to could they would let you slide by and get through a semester and pay at the end, or you get on a payment plan and pay at the end. Schools now are starting to become more stringent on the financial side of paying for your classes and stuff like that. And a lot of times you have to pay a certain amount up front, or they will not let you go forward, depending on how much your balance is. That's why you have to be careful. That's why it's important to go somewhere that you can afford, even if you don't get financial aid. You can work and at least get on a payment plan and pay. And if you don't understand that you could possibly be dealing with the situation like these people of the 500. So let's keep listening.
Enrolled, and a certain percentage never responded to us, etc., which was part of the concern. Are these students who are probably, making a different decision and going to go somewhere else, etc. Nevertheless, we needed to be able to prepare for the school year and make sure that we had everything in place on the day that they showed up.
So he pretty much said out of the 500, 200 they helped to get over that hump, to check all the boxes to get re-enrolled. And he said like around another 200 never even responded back, never corresponded or responded. And it is what it is. The numbers, I guess, the data, whatever he's saying. So that's where we at now.
This is a large number impacted. Had you ever encountered this before? And was there anything unique that happened this year compared to previous years?
Unfortunately, Roland, this probably happens every single year. And to some extent, this leaves us a bit unprepared because we really get a sense of the census the first week of class. We have people showing up, scrambling for housing, trying to get them registered, doing several different things, which also impacts our customer service negatively. And we've had people complain about not having professors in the classroom on the first day of class, etc. So we've done everything possible to make sure it was different. What was different this year?
So what he's saying right now, he's saying that not only do this is not the first year they had this problem. They've had this problem many years. And let me get back to full screen. So he said they would show up at the last minute. One of my topics. If you wait to the last minute, it will hurt you every time. When you're young, it's easy because I've done it. I used to do it all the time when I was young. You say, no, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Instead of doing it right there when it's in front of you. When you're young, anybody that want to listen, if you learn to handle the business when it's in front of you, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, even if you got to go see somebody, it may take an hour. Handle it right then. Don't wait to the last minute. He said people were showing up at the last minute, trying to get housing, trying to get their schedule and stuff. It costs you time running around that you probably won't have to do as much if you do it on the front end. If you wait to the back end, it's gonna hurt every time. Um, and he said it affects customer service because people will complain about the customer service. Like you got to be able to be objective and see it from both sides, right? You have the institution, then you have the students. If you wait to the last minute, you put pressure on everybody. But the student will complain about the institution, but they won't be honest and say, I'm in this predicament because I waited to the last minute. Not all students, but there is a percentage of students that wait to the last minute. And I'm saying if you handle your business, don't wait to the last minute, the chances of you being disenrolled it lowers minimal. It's minimal. But if you wait to the last minute, you run into this stuff happening a lot. So let's go back to it. Let's see what he say.
Sent out our financial aid packages in March, the earliest we've ever done that. We opened the housing portal so that they could apply for housing in April, the earliest we've ever done that. So, what I would say happened differently this year is that we took every step that we could possibly take to ensure that we were prepared as early as possible and that we gave students and their families an opportunity to be prepared as well so that we could plan appropriately and be ready on August 17th, the first day of class.
We've heard from a number of.
So he said they put things into place so families could be prepared and they could be ready for class August 15th, right? He said they opened up housing portal in April. I think he said open up financial aid, I think in March. This is what I would tell any student, young, old, middle age. January. Where's my little slide at? Well, I thought I had it on there, but I forgot. Yes, here it is. Do your financial aid in January. Every time after the new year, do it in January. That way you don't have to worry about it no more. The earlier you do your financial aid application, the quicker you will get your decision and award and know what you're getting. I'm telling you, when I was younger, I would wait till the last minute. And if you do it in June, you're gonna be cutting it close. You do it in July, you're gonna be cutting it real close. You do it in August, you might not even get it until late in the fall. But if you do it in January, you will probably find out in summertime. By the time May hit, you're good. Don't wait till the last minute. I'm telling you, don't wait till the last minute. If you're doing housing, don't wait till the last minute. He said they open it up as early as April for the fall. That means you can do it in April for the fall. You can have it already done. Just get it done. Don't wait till the last minute. Do your taxes in like assess your taxes in January. If you own property, assess in January, like a car or something like that. Assess in January, do your financial aid in January. You will thank me later.
Students and parents who said they called, they got different words from different people saying, "No, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine." How do you deal with that where it was this much confusion?
So when somebody says they call and different people giving them different words, you have to learn how the system works so it's repeatable and you can do it over and over. If you attend a college, that's one thing I did when I attended the college, UALR. When I attended it, even though I went to Pulaski Tech first, I learned how the system works. Either you go see an advisor, you go get registered. Once you register class, if you did your financial aid in January, you wait until that award comes through. You accept it or decline it, whatever was one's up to you. And if you major in something, know what classes you need to take for that semester. Some classes they don't offer in the fall, they only offer it in the spring. Some classes they only offer in the spring, they don't offer it in the fall. So you have to plan, you have to be strategic about what you're doing. It's not freestyle. It teaches you how to plan things ahead of time. If you struggle with that, you're gonna learn about that in college if you want to excel. How to plan. They give you a whole schedule. Matter of fact, let me show you real quick. Let's just do this. I want to show you something. Let's share a new tab real quick. I want to show you this real quick. If you go to UALR, right, and you go to academics, let's do undergraduate. And let's say you want to get a degree. Let's just pick a random one, right? Let's say you want to get a degree in let's do cybersecurity, right? That's a new degree, the new hotness, right? And you want a bachelor of science, right? In cybersecurity. So, first year, if you never went to college, you don't have any college experience, you got to take the first year experience for computing majors. You have to take that class. So you know you're going to take that class first. Your core, 35 hours. That's the English, that's the science with the lab, all those things. You got to take those classes, right? Major, 96 to 98 hours. You have math classes to take, you have chemistry classes or physics, and then you get to the major, computer science requirements, what you major in. You have all these computer science classes, then you got cybersecurity classes. You have to plan out your schedule. You don't have to take all of these classes. No, no, no. For your major, you got to take that. These classes are probably 3 hours apiece. And you're going to have to take most of these classes. These classes about, you're going to have to pick some electives. Then you got some additional electives you can take. All I'm saying is you have to look at this and you have to plan out, how am I going to make a schedule that I can be efficient and produce good grades. Because another thing is, people don't like talking about is academic probation. You do financial aid, you get your schedule right, but you're not doing your homework or turning your assignments in, and you get on academic probation. They'll spot you one semester. They say, okay, you got to get your grades up this semester, your academic probation. If you make bad grades while you're academic probation, they'll kick you out for a little bit before you can come back because you're on academic probation. A lot of people don't talk about that. It's always the school fault. But you got to look at this stuff on both sides that could be handled different. It's like what he's saying. They talk to different people, different advisors. Every advisor is different. You probably don't have the same advisor all the time. And all they doing is looking at your record that's in the computer. Let's see what else he said. Let's keep going.
Was it all on the students' part and their parents, or is it also some of this on Howard University and because I've heard, well, you got financial aid office, you got the bursar, you got academic, you got like different places they were all calling.
Yeah, so listen, higher education today is a complicated process. And so all of those offices did communicate with the students. I don't think the information was different. I think they were communicating with them about different things. So financial aid is communicating with you about documents that you may have to send for a variety of different things that you may need.
So he's breaking down the different departments. People saying they're not saying exactly what department they're talking to. They just saying they're talking to different people. He's breaking down financial aid. They'll send you automated messages. Mr. Gray, you don't have this. We need you to get this done. We need this document. We need you to sign this. We need you to accept this. You have to pay attention to your email in college. Emails, notifications, and if they have an app. A lot of colleges now are moving to Workday. I know in Arkansas they're using Workday. Workday, wonderful app. How do I know? Because I'm working on the back end of it in my job. But Workday, if you use it, you log into it, get familiar with it, it will save you a bunch of time to have to go look in different places. It could be all in one place. Your academics, your financials, all in one place. You can go look at a menu or something. It'll show you whatever you need. And in Workday, it will tell you you're missing this, you need this, you got to do this. So, and he finna break this down. Let's keep going.
To do. The bursar's office might be talking to you about making payments and how you go about doing those things. So everybody that's interacting with the students is doing something different.
So, the Brucer's office, right? The Brucer, however you pronounce it, they're gonna hit you up about the payments if you don't have financial aid. They're gonna say, hey, you're registered for X amount of classes. Your balance is X amount of dollars. When are you gonna pay it? Or are you gonna get on a payment plan until financial aid come? It's automated. A lot of it's automated. And I'm really trying to get you to see that this stuff is automated, and a lot of times people ignore those messages or they're not looking, being proactive. And like I say, they're not gonna call you directly. They're gonna send automated messages, and you have to pay attention to that.
Regardless of that, the enrollment management office is sending information about the overall enrollment process. And again, I have to emphasize, Roland, that over 2,200 students and their families got it right, did everything within the deadline time, etc. and were successfully enrolled when we made this decision. They were clear about what we were doing, what needed to be done, which means that the messaging could not have been that confusing if those 2,200 did it. Now, could we do things better? Absolutely.
So I want you to think about this, right? This is what I want you to think about right here. Uh, 2,200 students. He just said this. 2,200 students are enrolled at Howard University. 2,200 went through the process. They are enrolled. 500 are disenrolled. Look at the ratio. 2,200 are enrolled. 500 disenrolled. He said, could they do things better? Sure, nobody's perfect. But what he's trying to tell you is how flawed is it if 2,200 students are enrolled and 500 are disenrolled? I really want to drive that home. Sometimes they make a big fuss about the 500, but they didn't talk about it's 2,200 that went through the same process and they're enrolled. So just something to think about.
For a private institution, we have a high Pell Grant eligible student body. Some 43% of the students are Pell Grant eligible. That means that they're coming from socioeconomic circumstances in which they need assistance with different things, etc. And so we have to make sure that we are providing that kind of support in a better way on a go forward basis. We have
So when he's talking about a Pell Grant, he's talking about financial aid. The Pell Grant you don't have to pay back. Subsidized and unsubsidized you have to pay back. But a Pell Grant is a certain amount that you don't have to pay back. All you have to do is fill out your financial aid. If you qualify for it, you will get it. If you don't, you won't get it. But all you have to do is fill out. You have to go to fastfood.org or I think the website, something like that. Go to the FAFSA website and fill it out. You have to do it every year. Every year you have to do it. That's what I'm saying. Every time after December, after the winter break, when soon as January 1st or the first week in January, go ahead, go to the website, get it done, and you're done for the year. Don't wait until June. Don't wait until June, July, August to do it. Oh, I forgot. If you're in college, you know you have to do this every year. I'm just trying to give you a word of advice. You have to do it every year.
students who are coming from homeless shelters. Unfortunately, this is a growing part of what we're seeing. And so, as you can imagine, if you're a student in a shelter, you get a bill for $1,000. You're not interacting with parents who can assist you. I think all of that can be confusing. So, learning the different circumstances of our students earlier is one of the things that we're going to charge the team with. And as we build out our enrollment strategy, those are some of the elements that we would add so that we.
So what he's pretty much saying is some people they start college and when you're so young, right out of high school, a couple of years out of high school, you want to educate yourself, you want to do it, but you just don't know what the next steps are sometimes. I get it. I get it. Everybody starts from that point when you don't know. Everybody starts from a point when you don't know. It's confusing, you don't know, but what I'm saying is you have to, even if you have to write it down, take notes, connect those dots, and then make it repeatable. How do I make this repeatable so I can get this done in 4 years or however many years I want to do it and I'm done? You have to figure it out. If you don't know, ask somebody. It's okay to say, I don't know. I need to figure this out. But you have to do it on the front end so you can have it done before the semester starts. You can't wait until August, uh, 5 days into the semester, and say, I don't know, unless it's extreme circumstances. But 500 people having extreme circumstances, I don't know. That's pretty tough. But 2,200 people got in, 500 people didn't. Some people not gonna know. I get it. Don't let your ego stop you from getting to the point where you know. There were some things I didn't know when I started going back to school. I had to figure out, but I didn't let my ego get in the way. I walked over to the student center. I got in. I went in, talked to a financial aid person, or I talked to whoever I need to talk to. What do I need so I can have all my stuff taken care of? Every time I go in there, I do it in the summer. What I want to make sure I got all my bases covered, so when the fall start, I'm good. You don't have to see me at the last minute. Do it every time. When you do it in the summer, it's not that many people in there. If you wait till August, I guarantee it's everybody gonna be in there. That's last minute, and then it's gonna be long wait times. Then you don't know who you're gonna get. You may get a person that's then seen about 10 people already. They tired. You're dealing with human error. All of that stuff. When you wait to the last minute, you're at the mercy of another human. When you wait to the last minute, if you do it early, I promise you, you will have it done, and you don't have to deal with that.
Do provide more services to those students so to ensure that everybody is clear about what their responsibilities are and the deadline dates, etc.
So you are looking at where shortfalls were because let's just be honest. You're on this show. You've had to go on CNN. You've had people dragging university through the mud on every social media platform. And the thing, I mean, that's not what anybody wants. And no other HBCU is going through this. We look at social, and so you've made it clear to your team, hey, if there's some places that we need to shore up, let's do that so we don't have a repeat of this in the future.
Absolutely. Our process improvement is going to look at all of those things, right? One of the confusing points was what was the 50% due amount. I think what was written was clear, but we could have put an example, for instance, in the communication to make it crystal clear, right? If the bill is 60,000 and you have aid for 40,000, some people felt they met the 50%. The 50% was related to the 20,000 outstanding beyond the aid. And so we could have put an example that would have made that clear to people that they would have.
So another thing, when you don't make something crystal clear, you leave something up to interpretation. You have people to say, I didn't know, it wasn't crystal clear. When they say that you have to have at least 50% paid to proceed, 50%, like you said, if they said you owed 60 and you only got financial aid for 20 and you're responsible for the 10. Some people say, I don't understand that. You got to make it crystal clear. Like you have to you have to make things crystal clear these days now because most people won't read the fine print. Most 80% probably won't read the fine print. They just gonna click through stuff. But when you're dealing with these colleges, you have to look at what you need to do to connect those dots and get things done.
Owed us 10,000 in that example I'm using, for instance. So we could always communicate better. Let me just be absolutely clear. And I have publicly apologized. Now, you did bring up one issue, though, about being on several media places and social media. And the reality is, Howard University is always going to attract that kind of attention for one reason or the other. Nobody focuses on the amount of accommodation that we're making for the group of students.
So I'm gonna let that ride right there. So let's um a lot of times this is just my opinion. When people not able to do something or they fail, they won't be honest or accountable about exactly what happened. It's hard to find exactly what happened sometimes. Instead of saying I can't, I don't understand what uh, 50% mean instead of saying it, I can't comprehend that, they'll just say they didn't help me. They'll say nobody helped me for the school. They didn't make it crystal clear, like he said. They could have had an example, and they should have had an example. And even if when you look at it from an objective standpoint, you cutting it down the middle. They can make it crystal clear. How many people out of it still will read it verbatim and understand what they're reading? I'm not trying to down people. I'm trying to tell you the reality of how the world works. Take the feeling out of it. 2,200 people enrolled. 500 people didn't. Now, imagine if it was 2,200 people not enrolled and 500 people did. There would be a major problem. But 500, they made it a problem because it kept circulating. And like he said, colleges, you're gonna get social media attention. That's just how it works. You ain't gonna get around that. But I think both sides probably dropped the ball, right? Relying on automated messages, it covers you to an extent, but it's the public backlash that hurt the institution. The public backlash, even though they know that out of that 500, it's a percentage that probably didn't read the fine print. It's a percentage that probably waited to the last minute. It's a percentage that's probably on academic probation and they didn't meet the mark and they probably was disenrolled. Other percentages will do other things. Another thing, right? With financial aid, immunizations. Immunizations very important, right? There are a group of people though who don't have the health insurance to get immunizations. That's another hurdle. You have to figure that out. You have to go find a free clinic, and it may only be at certain times of the year, and you need to get there at that certain time of the year to get that free immunization. Because if not, if you don't have insurance, then you're gonna have to pay, and it may be expensive. You have to be able to know where you are. You have to be honest about where you are. Guess what? I don't have the money or insurance to get immunizations. I need to find free clinics that happen certain times of the year so I can get to, so I can preferably before the semester start or before I start college so I can have all of this stuff in play. Cuz they going to ask you for it. And if you don't have it, they will not let you start school if you don't have your immunizations. You got to have it. It's another hurdle. Staying prepared to handle paperwork. You got to stay prepared. It never ends. Even after spring, you going into the summer. If you don't take summer classes, make sure that your fall is handled before you just decompress and relax. Make sure your business is handled first. That's one thing I always do after every semester. I make sure that the business is handled first. What classes do I need to register for early so I won't wait to the last minute and then the seats are full? Now I can't take that class, and that may be the class I need to graduate in the fall. But if I would have registered for that class early registration, I would have had it already done, and now I can graduate. I seen it happen in real life. You got to take care of your business on the front end. Don't wait till the last minute. Don't do it. It's not worth it. I'm just telling you from a person that go to school, it's not worth it waiting till the last minute. Last point. It's your job to make sure you have everything done at the end of the day. I can blame the school. I can blame an advisor. I can blame financial aid office. But even after all of that, it's still up to me to make sure that I have everything I need on my account in order to proceed. It's up to me. When you talk about responsibility and accountability, you're gonna learn about that in college when you become an adult. In high school, you may have people that walk you through and hold your hand. In college, they can, but you have to be proactive. You have to at least meet them halfway. They're not gonna come find you. If you forget, they're not gonna come find you. If you don't know, if you don't say you don't know, they're not gonna give you accommodations. Nobody can look at you and say, you know what, Mike needs accommodations. You have to say that. You have to say, hey, I don't know. I need help. I need accommodation. You have to do that. And if you qualify, they will do that. But I think there's if you cut it and look at both sides, there are things both sides can get better at. And remember, 2,200 people enrolled, 500 people not enrolled. You have to think about the 500. How do we sort through that and find the real reasons? Because another reason, people they go to class just to get financial aid and then they stop going. And then you max out. You only can get so much and you'll max out and say, no, you don't have any more financial aid. Pell Grant or subsidized, unsubsidized. You maxed out for the 4-year degree plan. And you only took a third of the classes and you maxed out on your financial aid. We have to be honest about the whole picture, not just parts of it. And that's all I'm saying. Be objective. Look at the whole picture. Um, it not just happening at Howard. It's happening at other colleges too. It's just not probably not on that scale. But colleges would do anything to get you almost enrolled. But you have to meet some of the standards as well, though. I mean, in the times we are in now, colleges will do almost everything to accommodate you, but you have to apply for it, you have to qualify for it, and you have to communicate and say, I need accommodations, I need help. You can't assume as an adult. You can't assume that somebody's gonna see you and say you need accommodation. It don't work that way in real life. It don't work. So with that being said, I hope I made some kind of sense about that. How could 500 students get disenrolled? I hope that some of the things I said could help. Let me know in the comments what you think. Just a reaction to the Howard University situation. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you think. And I will catch you on the next reaction video.